Lady Gaga. Do you like Lady Gaga?
Yeah.
Because we're talking about poker. I could not pick Lady Gaga out of a lineup. I just know her name and I know her That was a while ago.
It was.
That was a long
Kelly,
You're dating yourself, Doug.
when did Lady Gaga poker face stuff come out?
2010?
That was pre-Wyrmwood.
That was 12 years ago.
12 years ago?
Pre-Wyrm.
I don't know how time works. Ready?
Ready.
Whoa! Begins with Bobby, and so Bobby's like, I want to do a playing deck. And then he hooked up with a guy called Omar.
Omar, yep. Gentleman's Wake, that's correct.
Okay, so Omar from the Gentleman's Wake has done a bunch of like playing, like he knows this shit. And Omar was like, yep, I can get you decks, I can get you poker sets, chips, I can get you all this stuff.
Yeah.
But we should have a high-end case that it all goes with.
Yeah.
And then that's what Wyrmwood could do. Do you have chips and deck, etc.? Are they in? All right, let's not say anything. Let's let Jason explore the design.
Explore and experience. There we go. I like that. Intuitive design. Ooh.
Hey.
Now the size is on there.
Yep. Remember, it was like Slippy from fucking Star Fox. Remember Star Fox? Slippy from Star Fox? Nobody?
Damn it.
This was not designed by Ed.
Who was this designed by?
Omar. Omar was like, this is the basic starting point.
It's too big.
There's nothing I could do much size-wise if you wanted to hold that many rows of chips.
One really cool thing though, this fits into an MGT rail. So you can, so you can click this in to your modular game table.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool. Drawers contain 100 chips each. And then it's also supposed to hold three decks?
This is the most awkward part.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's a little, there's a
up
lot of
here.
white space in there. The concern that I had was, this box is fairly hefty, it's a nice piece, so this is obviously not something you're toting around to your games, this is the host. If the host has this, they're also not gonna be just dropping this in the middle of their poker table because it's in the way.
No, it's gonna be like against the wall.
It's gonna be at a nice place on a shelf or on a wall, it's just nice to look at. Which means, why do we have shelves on both sides unless you intend to put it in the middle? I would like to see it as a stack of drawers and then just thin it out a little bit.
Taller.
Taller.
It'd be dense.
It'd be a sort of more of a tower look. It could,
you know,
Tower of Hold'em.
oh, Tower of Hold'em. Oh, this is nice. So they use the, if I'm
the
not,
prophecy fabric.
this is all prophecy foam, prophecy fabric, which I think that's nice. That's high end.
No, I think like the
Steal
the
this
fit and
design.
finish is good.
Steal
It's
it.
just,
All the IP. Steal Omar's dreams.
Yep.
Go do it. Do it.
Do it.
Hey,
We're back. And Omar's here. Boom.
there's Omar.
Oh, oh, it's Omar.
I don't know if people know Omar.
They don't know Mark.
They,
You might recognize him from, he's done some Wyrmwood reviews. He did a Hexatime review for us.
Let's get into it.
The linchpin of the new system are, of course, the hexagonal gaming tiles. Finely milled from several solid wood options, each hexagonal tile on offer includes a slight variation and specialization that make them perfect for different uses on the gaming table.
His review was awesome.
Yeah.
And then he was like, hey, by the way, do you know that I manufacture playing cards? And he's done 3 Kickstarter campaigns. They've all been in the hundreds of thousands. And he comes out with very, very high quality decks of custom playing cards. And he was like, hey, this seems like a good opportunity for Wyrmwood. And I said, it sure does. And I think I would love a Wyrmwood poker set.
you got a bunch of cards. You should go get them.
Do you have cards?
I have Omar's
Playing cards?
Yeah.
Oh, Omar's playing cards?
Yeah.
Gentleman's Wake?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gentleman Wake, yes.
Gentleman Wake or Gentleman's Wake?
Gentleman. The Gentleman Wake. Wake is like my name, so it's the Gentleman Wake.
It's a confusing brand.
That's very confusing, but yeah, go get some cards. So those are Omar cards.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Why didn't you go with Omar cards? It's such a better brand, like Omar cards, like just Omar cards. It's so much better than. I think it's good.
No,
No,
Definitely going for like the discerning gentleman audience. So
that's not you.
I'd buy Omar cards. Whoa, I feel like.
Whoa!
So these are actually your cards.
That is correct.
Ooh, Viking card.
They're shiny. They feel nice. Who makes these cards?
Those particular cards that you're holding in your hand are printed by Cardamundi in Belgium, which is the #1 largest playing card manufacturer in the world. They take this very seriously. Every card you hold in your hand has got a linen finish.
Does.
Which maximizes the air flow between cards so that they're slippery and they handle like with smoothness.
Really? I guess so. It's like dimples on a golf ball.
Wait, what? Let me see.
So what he's saying is because it has that very light texturing, it's going to flow better.
Air traps in between the cards and they
Lubricates it with air essentially. Makes sense.
It's like a air hockey table.
Look at all these cards. You have a bunch of
Oh, too much air in there.
Too much air, yeah.
These are nice. These are nice tuck boxes. Oh, these are ugly cards. These are ugly cards. These are ugly.
Those are actually like $170 a deck.
What? I agree with Doug. Those are the ugliest deck on the table.
We printed 777 of them and they all sold out.
Really?
What is the most expensive deck that you offer?
I mean, if you go on eBay right now, there are Gentleman Wake decks that are in the $400 to $700 range.
That's craziness.
Omar has been relentless. When I started working with him, he's like, Wyrmwood needs to make a poker case. We need to make a complete set. And this is the very first prototype. I've been staring at it for like 3 days, waiting for all of us to be together. All right, talk me through it.
There are drawers on the bottom here that are magneted in, and they got little trays to hold poker chips, which I think they're poker chips. And oh, there we go.
Hey, look at that.
This, actually I haven't tried this. This is fitted so you can.
Yeah, that's great.
And there's 4 of those, so there's like 4 full sets. I don't know any of the lingo on this. On the inside, there's a place to hold decks of cards, dealer chips, other chips. I don't know why there's 3 chips.
I was gonna say that,
but it's important.
It's a very, very weird layout.
What are the 3 tokens that you need in here? Why are there 3 spots?
You have the dealer coin, which denotes who the dealer is around the table, because it moves from person to person. And then there's a big blind and a small blind.
This is a great first pass.
I think it's ugly. Yeah, there's a lot of awkwardness to it. I don't know. Jason had a big brain idea.
The fact that this clips into the MGT rails.
Which, by the way, just to be clear, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the ability of having that go on the rail is an Omar original.
It is.
That's it.
Oh, is it? That's a fantastic idea. Instead of like the drawer is the accessory, we're gonna design a really good poker chip accessory that clicks into the rail that we really like, that we could just sell to all of our table customers. And then we're just gonna have drawers that fits into really nicely.
Excellent.
It's like the chip holders is something we can sell, and then there's a box to hold it all if you want to go that next level. So
using that logic, we could even put 2 extra banks in there to fill in that space.
One sec. I need the vocabulary. Now. Is this a bank?
That's a bank.
How do you define a bank? How do you know how many poker chips someone should have access to?
A bank can be any size. There is no determinate size to what a bank is.
So how did you determine how many chips and how many rows to design
Really,
for?
it was a determination made on the physical limitations of the box. I didn't want them to be too big because they made sense to put them in front of players. Ideally, you want the least amount of chips in front of you as possible just because it's more manageable, right? Especially as the blinds go up, the later the game progresses, the higher the bets go, the less it makes sense to have a bunch of 5 denomination chips. What you want is 100 denomination chips or 1,000 denomination chips.
I was wondering maybe we should think about like going vertically. Yeah. And this top has
no utility whatsoever that I can.
Which I don't like.
I think that on top of wanting to store all of their nice Wyrmwood stuff, I think people would also like to display their nice Wyrmwood stuff. So there's really not a display feature here. Everything's really hidden, and if it's open, it's just open. It's not like if we hinged it like this.
Actually, just throwing it up there. How do you guys feel about a plate glass top so you could see in?
If you need to look down at it, no matter what shelf it's on, you're never going to see it unless you take it and look down. So it would be interesting to have a hinge top where you could either keep it open or keep it closed. But either way, I think either way is an interesting idea.
We're offering 3 decks because we have 3 decks to design, but that doesn't mean we can't offer a half brick or a brick of cards with it, right? We can have multiple versions of the same deck so that as they wear their decks out, they can just replace them with new ones without having to come back to the store. They're still buying 12 decks. They're just not buying them over time.
What's a half brick or a brick of cards?
A brick of cards is 12 decks, a dozen, and a half brick is 6. But when they're all lined up, 12 decks is about the size of a brick, right?
Is that how that works? Do drugs come in some sort of like? Is that like?
You can get a brick.
Is that
brick of cocaine?
Is that how they? Is it?
It's a kilo. We call it a key.
Yeah, a kilo of cards.
Yeah, we've got a lot to work to do on the sort of innovation side and a lot to do on the general form factor because I think this is Uggies. I do not like this box. This is not as nice as we could do.
Yep.
By a fair amount. So, but I think that's going to take some napkin sketches from Jason to get Ed aimed in the right direction.
I'm excited. This is.
All right. I hope people are ready for 2023. We're working on really cool shit. Dog beds, Murphy bar, poker sets, mead, Wyrm Life party.
Wyrm Life party.
You don't know about it?
No.
Yeah, no. It's right next to where PAX East is. It's going to be the weekend of PAX East.
Okay.
I want to charge $100 a head, 500 attendees. Big party. And I hope mark your calendars because I'm totally selling your bodies. No, we're doing a Wyrm Life meet and greet.
I don't know, my appearance fee is pretty hefty.
Wyrmwood will cover it.
I'm cheap. So it's not
your
gonna be bad.
OnlyFans is free.
Yeah, my OnlyFans is actually free. You can just sign up, and it's just
at Dougie Feet.
Omar, can I ask you a personal question, Omar?
Yes, sir.
What is the most you have ever lost in a game of poker?
I played poker probably when I was 26 or 27 for an entire year, and that was my livelihood. That's how I made money, and I won a bunch of local tournaments, and then I thought I was a big fish in a small pond, and I'm like, I'm going to go to the big pond and throw my weight around, and went to Atlantic City and got my ass beat.
How much?
It was like $7,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which for a 26-year-old,
that's money.
Was a lot of money. Yeah.
$7,000 is actual money.
It still hurts to this day, but I never played a game of poker at a casino again, to be honest. So I learned my lesson.